What's up, guys? Mistamayfair coming back at you with some more Hearthstone. Now, I know I'm not looking the best today that I usually do, but there's a good reason for that. And that's because I'm moving house. So that means that for the next couple of weeks, there'll be no more content going up. This will be my last video until the 11th of August. Because my internet has to move over to the new place and it's being really slow and I didn't get things done because I'm really bad at organisation. So anyway, back to the video. Today, what I'm going to be doing for you is some Aggro Shaman for standard for Hearthstone. It's really simple. You've probably seen this if you played the ladder because it's the biggest aggro deck this season. And basically, the idea is I'm going to chip you down to about 15, 16 health, and then I'm just going to burst you down to 0. So bad matchups for this are things like Zuluk generally is a bad matchup, but you can get around it. Mage is generally a bad matchup, especially control mages because they have ice block, which means that the burst damage doesn't really work as well as it should. Other things like Cthulhu Druid, really annoying because it controls the board, it can just destroy you. And they've got big blockers like Dark Arakoa. So what we're looking to do here is just play a bunch of small minions. It's similar to Face Hunter, but with less inevitability. So when you trade inevitability, you get a lot of burst. So I think the most damage you can do in this deck in one turn would be Doomhammer, Rockbiter, Lava Burst probably, or probably double Lightning Bolt. But you're looking at a lot of damage. You're looking at about 21, 22 damage there. So you can see how much burst you've got in this deck. Of course, that takes a lot. That's a full 10 mana. And usually, you won't get that far because your deck is so fast that the enemy just can't react to it fast enough. And you're just trying to... You're not really worried about card advantage or value here. You just want to go face, and kill them as fast as possible. So taking through the deck, we've got Abusive Sergeant, staple in any aggro deck. It gives a minion +2 attack this turn, comes out, it's one of the few 2-mana 2/1s that still exist in the game after the nerf of Leopardo that are actually viable. Then you've got Argent Squire. The reason Argent Squire is good is because it helps you kill big things that are going to threaten the rest of your board. You don't necessarily care if this dies as such, and it can also trade really nicely with like Zoo because it's got Divine Shield. You've got Lightning Bolt, mainly burst, but can be used as removal. Usually removal in the early game, but if you need it, but don't hesitate to send it to face if it's going to kill your opponent. But don't do it any other time. So you want to hold it as long as you can, and then when it's going to kill your opponent, use it. Rockbiter weapon. Again, removal and burst. These cards pull double duty all the time. So, but also, there's a combo in this deck with Rockbiter weapon and, where is it? Doomhammer, which is the top of our curve. But we'll get to that later. Surfearly Murgotten. The reason this is in the deck is because the Shaman hero power is, quite frankly, crap. It's not going to do anything for you on its own because you don't really want any of the totems. So if you can go turn 1 Finley and get, say, a Druid or Hunter hero power, I'd actually say preferably Druid because it gives you extra reach and a little bit of defense, and it can also combo with Doomhammer because you get the extra attack. So I think the best hero powers to get with Finley are going to be Druid, Hunter, Mage, in that order. That's what you're looking for. Tunnel Trog. This is one of the cards that really sparked this deck's building, really, and really brought it to prevalence on the ladder. So basically, whenever you overload, gain +1 attack per luck mana crystal. That's a lot of synergy with the cards in the deck. Most of the cards, because this is an Aggro Shaman, it's using a lot of high value cards that have a drawback mechanic, which in this case is overload. So you got Lightning Bolt, you've got Ancestral Knowledge, you've got Feral Spirits, Lava Burst, Lightning Storm, Flame Wreath, Doomhammer. Half the deck has got overload. So if you can drop a turn 1 Tunnel Trog and then go in, say, and you're basically just going to get a lot of value off a Tunnel Trog. You really are. Then you've got Ancestral Knowledge. This is really important because when you start to go low on cards, which you will, because your cards do not trade very well with your opponents, generally speaking, they just don't. So you want to refuel with ancestral knowledge. Ancestral knowledge also buffs your tunnel trog. So that's really important because you can go turn 1 tunnel trog, turn 2 ancestral knowledge, going for 3. That's a lot of damage, and you guys just getting so much value there. But it's very very quick to burn out. Flame Tongue Totem. It's one of the more interesting cards of the deck. Honestly, you need to know how to play with it. Really, you have to know when to drop it, where to drop it. Positioning is really important as well. If you mess up with positioning, this card is just not as good as it should be. You have to also learn to play around it. So, and it can also make your totems. If you have to keep the totem hero power, it can also make those usable. So that's also important. Lava Shock. This is what helps you push through when you have to use a lot of overload. So Lava Shock will unlock all of your overloaded mana crystals. It will also deal 2 damage, so it can either be removal, burst, or you can just use it for the utility to unlock your mana crystals. So if you have to have a couple of turns where you have to go Doom Hammer into Lava Burst, Lightning Bolt, Lava Shock, something like that, you can do that. It is entirely possible. Because it will also unlock any mana crystals that you've locked this turn as well. So if you're going to use Lava Shock, use as many overload cards you can the same turn you're going to use Lava Shock, because they're basically free at that point. Totem Golem, 3/4 for 2. You can't argue with that. It's good. It's great value. It's great pressure on the board. It trades well with things. It can clear boards so your other smaller minions don't die as quickly, or you can just go face. So yeah, it does have overload, but again, we're running small minions here. So if you can go Totem Golem into, say, an Argent Horse Rider, that's a lot of damage. You got 11 damage for turn 3. That's ridiculous. No wait, 11 damage for turn 3. I was right. Feral Argent Horse Rider, Charge Divine Shield, 2 mana, 2/1 for 3. Again, trades with small things that are in your way, like small taunts, or you can put a Rock Biter on it to trade for something bigger. So it's got Divine Shield and Charge, which is the important thing. Really good utility. Can also go face for that little bit of extra burst. Feral Spirit, defense, makes more guys. It's a 4/6 for 3 effectively for overload with taunt. That's what you're looking at. It's kind of stupid to be honest with you. It's one of those cards that is kind of the staple of most shaman decks, just because it's too good to pass up. There is not a situation. There are very few situations where Feral Spirit is actually bad. You've got Hex. Right, this is very simple, right? Kills big things. It's the only thing that doesn't do damage in this deck, or helps you advance your game plan, but it can help you win. So it's extremely important to have and hold it as long as you can. When you absolutely have to use it, that's when you should use it. You've got Lava Burst, 5 damage, 3 mana, Overload 2. Who cares? Because you're probably gonna be dead by that point. This is the other thing as well, right? If your opponent's gonna be dead, who cares about Overload, right? Overload is only bad if you get to the next turn. So go crazy if it's going to kill your opponent or get them very close to being killed. It gets within lethal range. Lightning Storm, 2 to 3 damage to all enemy minions. It's a board wipe. It clears things. As well as Hex, it clears boards. It's great against Zoo. You need it against Zoo. Mulligan for it. Hard mull for it if you have to. If you're playing against a Warlock, mull for Lightning Storm. You will need it. Flame Wreath Faceless. This is the card from Whispers that really kind of kicked off the Aggro Shaman deck. I mean, Tunnel Trog was there, and there was an Overload Charm before Whispers, but now with Flame Wreath Faceless, the deck is actually really, really strong. Like, it's stupidly strong. And if you're playing this deck, there is no reason why you shouldn't be playing this. It's 4 mana, 7/7 with Overload 2, and it's a common. If you can't afford a common, disenchant. Just disenchant stuff until you've got enough dust for it. you know, you won't have to disenchant many commons. So just do it. And finally, we've got Doomhammer. This is kind of the big burst card of the deck. It's too good. It's too good. So yeah, this is the card that will help you get your burst off, and will contribute the most to your kind of, I'm gonna burst you from 20 turns. Because with the addition of Rock Biter Weapon, you can pump your hero to give him +3 attack twice, plus a 2 attack from the Doomhammer, which is 8 attack. You get 2 attacks with it. If you have the Druid hero power as well, which you might well get off Sir Finley, you can go in for 18 damage just off your attacks. That's not including what's on board or what else is in your hand. You can do stupid amounts of damage. I don't think you can burst them from 30, but I haven't tried. So, I mean, but yeah. So that's the deck, guys. I hope you enjoy the games, and I'll see you in the first game.
Right. Brawl versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory
for Doomhammer.
Okay. Here, I don't think we want to keep the Rockbiter, or actually, we might want to kill the turn 1 Northshire Cleric, which could be really important. And this one knowledge is definitely going. We don't need that right now. Totem Golem is a risky keep, because if it sticks, it's going to do a hell of a lot of work on the board. But he could also just have the Shadowwood Pain, which he's probably going to be looking for. We're going to keep it anyway, because if it does stick, like I say, we're going to do so much work with it. Doomhammer's not great to see here. I won't lie. Okay, right. The other thing I should have thought about, and I made a mistake here with my mulligans. I should have... Oh, okay. So, we do... Bear in mind here, we do have the combo. You know, we might be looking at just a hero power turn next turn and going 3. There, okay, he had it. This is what I'm talking about. It was a risky keep, but we've got another one, so it's not too bad. You can't argue with that. You know, that's value right there. But yeah, so like I said, we got lucky there. We did top deck that Totem Golem.
Mind if I roll need?
I do mind if you roll need, yes. Let's have a look. What have we got? Okay, I think here hero power hits and pass is the right play. I don't want him to draw a card really, and that Loot Hoarder isn't going to be doing any kind of major. Isn't really going to be threatening. Okay, going. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to. I'm actually on the ladder now as well, guys. So you know this is how much I trust this deck. Okay, so if we go. Alright, so what I'm thinking, what I don't want to happen is Excavated Evil. Or, yeah, Excavated Evil, I think that's what it is.
Get in there,
but
maggot.
I'm going to let him draw a card. Reason I don't want him to, like, stick that on the board if I can help it. We are very vulnerable to a... Okay, we're not actually as vulnerable now. I was looking at the synergy with my totem. But I was about to say we're very vulnerable to... Oh, there it is. Okay. So it was actually a really good thing that we didn't play the Feral Spirit there. Because we would have got absolutely blown out. And now we can just do this. And just rebuild the board state. Because I'm sure we could get unlucky and he could have the second Excavated Evil. But honestly, I doubt it. I really do.
Do you know the secret handshake?
No. Okay, so we've got to do that, so we do really need to race this, honestly. So we'll look. So what we've got burst wise, we have 5, 8. So I think we will actually.
Elements guide me.
You see what we're trying to do now?
Guide me.
Trying to get in burst range. Which I believe burst range at the moment is actually 10, 18. Okay, he's in range. He's in range. Next turn. Assuming he doesn't wipe my board, I've got him dead. I think. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do, guys? What are you gonna do? It happens. Not to worry though. Not to worry. We'll hex this.
Elements guide me. Elements guide me.
The reason we play the Tomatrog is because we do have, I think we're getting in range with Tomatrog. So we've got 10 damage off the weapon, 8 damage off a burst in hand, plus the overload. Yeah, that's lethal. Even if he heals with his hero power. If he heals with a flash heal, he's out of range.
Feast upon the light.
Or the Twilight Dark. Oh! Brilliant. I'm not sure if that was just a misplay or he just wanted to get something on the board. But I'm hoping misplay. Honestly. Okay, so you're about to see just how much ridiculous damage a Shaman can do. So it's important to go to face with the burst first. And I got him.
Elements guide me. Elements guide me.
And we're going to do a bit of still had audience.
You have better.
Aww. Always concedes. Always concedes. Let's do that again.
Malfurion.
Yeah.
I must protect the wild. For Doomhammer.
Yes, for Doomhammer. Okay, so here I think we're just going to keep. I think we're just going to keep the. Oh, we might keep the hex actually. Get rid of Argent Squire. Yeah. Argent Squire I think can go. We're looking for. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna show you now the turn 1 Finley Mergleton. That is just so good. This is probably going to be a more grindy game than the last one. Priest generally has trouble with Shamans because they can't deal with burst as much. But yeah, so we're going to look for Druid or Hero Hunter. We're going to look for Hunter. We're going to take the Hunter here. The Hunter was actually better in this case, honestly. We're actually going to also... I mean, he could have a Wrath here, but if he does, oh well. It also means we can go in for 4 next turn, which is really sweet. And he can't kill... Okay, so he Wrath the control, which is fine. Fine. Really not as bad as it looked. Yeah, we're just gonna... So, if you guys played Cancer Hunter way back when, what was it? It must have been... It was a wild deck, I know that much. That's all I know. It was never really a thing in standard. But basically, that's what I used to play on the ladder, and it just did insane things. Well, you want really good to keep the hexes, to be honest with you. Okay, it's not right. It's a ramp druid who looks like... Oh, he's drawing cards. Wow. Well, that could only be good for us, guys. So yeah, basically, if you played Face Hunter, you'll know what I'm doing here, and that's basically I'm going to use the hero power every turn, without fail. I'm going to use the hero power. So I'm going to do that next turn. Even if I'm not using all of my mana, I will be using that hero power every turn because I want to put it on the clock. If he's not careful, which... Oof. So yeah, we don't really care about being official here, but we do want to use that hero power every turn. Because if you look, like, it's turn 4, he's on 17 already. You know, he hasn't done a whole lot of anything. He certainly hasn't impacted the board massively. He's trying to ramp, draw cards, and play big things. But we have a hex, so we don't really care about his big things. As long as they don't have taunt, we don't really care. If they do have taunt, we'll still hex them. We'll just take them down, but we can just hex whatever he plays. The first big thing he plays, we'll just hex it. Simple. Next turn, it's probably going to be could be Feral Spirit. Well, there's 4 mana next turn. Depends what we draw. If we don't draw a 2-drop, then we'll play Argent Horse Rider.
Pay attention,
if
class.
we do draw a 2-drop, we'll play Feral Spirit for set the next turn then. Wow, okay. We are going to start struggling here though. We do need to draw some burst.
I'm ready to learn.
We're not too fussed about this.
I'm ready to learn.
Board save is annoying, but eh. Oh. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
I fight.
Giddy up!
What we're gonna do is what I'm gonna do next turn. I'm gonna make a massive threat of the faceless, and hero power, because he's gonna have to use 4 attacks to take down my minions, which will probably be these 2, that, and hero power, and then everything else could go face.
I wonder.
But it's, oh my god,
I am ready to learn.
there's a savage water in here.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
What just happened? Well, that's gonna be my next video, I think, guys. And we're back. Right, so, again, here we're looking at... Oh, this could be the mirror. This could well be the mirror. So, I think if this is the mirror, we're gonna dump the lightning bolt, and we're gonna try and out aggro the Aggro Shaman. Although it could well just be, ooh, huh. Thinking about it, not the best play. Fine, that's absolutely fine. That is either an Aggro Shaman or a Troll Shaman. Either way, okay. That I do still stand by that play, although I probably shouldn't, to be honest with you, because I did miss out on the overload for the Tunnel Trog. But hey, I think I just want a tempo out here. So I do think that was the correct play.
Hot in here.
Great. Yeah, we are literally just gonna go Tunnel Trog, Finley. This is gonna be an Aggro Shaman, so I'm gonna set the armor up. Not a great choice of hero powers there, usually, but this will help us survive. He won't be able to burst down quite as easily.
Did you bring some fish?
Oh, this is Totem Shaman. This is Totem Shaman. Because okay. Okay. We're actually going to trade the Tunnel Trog here. Maybe that was a bad play. That was a bad play. Okay, we should not have traded the Tunnel Trog here. What we should have done is traded the Totem Shaman, Totem Golem, sorry, into the Tuskar. But we can't take it back now, so hope and pray. Hope and pray. Oh, come on. Wow. Turns out he really does not want me to have armor. So we should have pressed his face. This deck is actually surprisingly easy to play. There are a few little things that you really do need to know to play it properly, but it's not like the most crazy. This is the card I do need this card, but the Lava Shock will do. So like I say, it's not the most good deck to play. Come on. Trade Finley. Alright, so we've got the ability to play the Doomhammer next turn, and then we've got the burst combo going. Right, so we should, if we get lucky here, oh, that's a shame. That is a shame, but we still got him though. He is going to take the damage. Next turn, we Doomhammer. And then there's very little we can do from there, to be honest with you.
Elements guide me.
So, yeah. Like I say, not the most difficult deck to play. You have to know the combos, you have to know the synergies, and have to know what the right card to play is at the right time. But this deck does allow for mistakes. Not too many, and not huge ones, but it does allow for mistakes. I'm not too scared here because this Shaman will not be able to burst me down from 28. But I can burst him down from 15 because I'm a baller. Dead yet, mate? Are you dead yet? Oh, with the armor first. There we are. Good face. Rip headphone users, eh?
Thrall versus Geralt.
Oh, one more then.
Victory or death.
I just want to keep bursting people down. I absolutely adore this deck, really I do. I still really, yeah. Like, I've got a few more decks I really want to try and learn. What I'm going to do here, I think, I'll keep the Feral Spirit because it is board state if we need it. But hopefully we'll draw one drop. There we are, sweet. So Finley is fantastic here. Because if we get the Hunter hero power or the Druid hero power, we can still lay down some beats. Probably Hunter here actually, because it negates damage. Life tap them. Screw it. Life tap is like the fourth choice for me personally. Honestly, I think for me it's Druid, Hunter, Mage, Rogue, Warlock. Then probably Paladin, then Warrior, then Priest. Yeah. That's what I think at least. Let's just draw an extra card. This is a really bad start. I mean, I'm just like, why you do this to me? Oh, Jesus. What did I do to you? I did nothing. I didn't do it. This is an aggro warrior if I ever saw it.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
So he's just try and punch through the armor. But why, armor Jesus? But why? That's no fun.
For the life binder.
He's spawning a dragon. That can't be good. This deck is secretly Zulok. Ooh. Sorry, Handlock. Oh shit, he's gone face. What a surprise from a face warrior! Okay. Now's a good time. Now is a very good time. Give me that and I'll punch it. We're sure to try to keep him off board. If we can build a board presence against this warrior, we should be fine. We're running a little bit low on life, a little bit lower on life than we'd like, but that's not a massive issue. Oh, it's a zero drag. Okay, that's fine. I was wondering if he was playing like a dragon face warrior hybrid thing or something. It turns out he's not. He's just being a face. I think we have successfully built a board presence though, Because unless he's got Blood to Wake or Execute, which he probably does, because fuck me, right? But Jesus! But oh, thanks, One Drive. I'll bear that in mind. But yeah. I was saying something there, wasn't I? I completely lost my train of thought because notifications on my PC. What was I saying? Yeah. Blood to Execute because fuck me, right? But yeah, looks like he hasn't got the Execute, or he would have done it by now, unless he's BMing me, which he probably is because he's a fucking face warrior. I know it's rich me talking about face warriors like that, but Lava shot, dude hammer, goes phase. I mean, just look at what he's doing. Yeah, it's pretty fucking astonishing, you're right. Wow.
That's incredible.
That is incredible. I'm incredible. You're incredible. Fuck it, we're all incredible. Good thing is though, if this face stays alive, please don't draw Execute, you motherfucker. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wield the power.
Found, why? I think we're still fine. I think we can still get him. Let's have a look. So we've got 4, 6, 8, 10, and Lawless. So we got him, boys. Get him. Get him.
Fight, maggot. Elements
Get him.
Guide me.
Get him.
Elements guide me.
Get him. Get him! Got him. Yeah. I've got a pack, guys, because I got gold for my quests. Let's open it up and see what we get. I hope we'll get as lucky as last time. I don't think we will. No, we won't. Okay. Okay, these are interesting cards. Divine Strength hasn't seen much play. I think I overvalued it when it first came out, honestly. Eldritch Horror, I still think it's good, but not as good as a lot of people are saying. I think it would be much better if Big Game Hunter wasn't nerfed. Psychotron, again, not as good as I thought it would have been. And Nitron's seeing a lot more play, probably because it's cheaper. Although it's 60 play in some decks, I think. Spawn the Zoth, Zoo card. And what's the rare? The rare is Corrupted Healbot. Arena card, mainly speaking. But yeah, I mean, I like it, but it's just no good in standard at the moment. So until next time, guys, Mistamayfair signing